Good morning and welcome back to an Unemployed Diaries vlog. So I'm going to take you along with me on what I typically do in the morning. So one of the first things that I do after getting in a walk or exercise, having breakfast, my shower, doing a bit of journaling is I log in to start my work day. And I'm considering my workday as doing content creation and applying to jobs because I still treat it like I did when I was working from home. So one of the first things that I do is go to my YouTube account and just check and see how my videos are doing or reply to any comments. So I'm going to do that now. So I just logged into my YouTube studio and I don't have any new comments. I did gain quite a bit of subscribers on the last video, which is really exciting. The last video that I did was how to romanticize your 9 to 5, and that's ranking number 1 out of 10 of all the recent videos that I've done. So if you watched that video, thank you so much for contributing to the success of that video. It means so much to me. I'm really excited that that video is doing well. So now I'm just going to kind of look at the stats, see how many impressions we're getting. I just like to take a look at what's going on my channel first thing in the morning. After giving YouTube a check, I typically go on LinkedIn and see if there's any jobs there or anything like that. So I'm gonna head over to LinkedIn now. Okay, so I did find a couple jobs that sound interesting that I saved, so I'll probably come back to this later and apply to them. I think on Friday I'm going to update my resume again and apply to some jobs. I haven't applied to anything in quite a while because I was taking a bit of a break from applying, as I mentioned in my last Unemployed Diaries video, but also I haven't seen any jobs that I've really been interested in, so I don't think I've applied to anything since June. So a bit of a dry spell on the job hunt front. As far as what is going on today, my main goal for today is to finish editing a video. I really want to get it finished editing today because tomorrow is July 4th, so I'm not going to be technically working that day because we have other plans. And I'm going to take you along with me through the next couple of days. And of course, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some job search updates, how I've been feeling, and a couple other things that I want to mention and catch up on from our last video. So make sure you stay till the end of the video to catch all of those updates. Okay, so I'm taking a bit of a break. I did get a good bit of editing done on my video, but I have quite a bit to go yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Magic Mind performance shot. Today is day 3 of the 7-day Magic Mind challenge. If you watched my summer morning routine video, then you know that I am giving the Magic Mind mental performance shot a try. Magic Mind is a shot that enhances mood and motivation while reducing stress and anxiety. So that's why I'm doing the 7-day challenge, because I want to see how the ingredients affect my mental clarity and my focus. So I haven't noticed any changes yet on day 3, but Magic Mind is designed for long-term mental performance, and it's not a quick fix, so it can take 3 to 4 days for the ingredients to fully kick in and do what they are meant to do. If you want to give Magic Mind a try, you can use my code RachelE20 to get 48% off your first subscription for the next 10 days. Hey guys, it's Friday. I'm taking my magic mind shot. I am really tired today. It's not that we were out late at all yesterday for the 4th of July. We actually came back pretty early and watched the fireworks from the window of our house because it was raining really bad last night. We've just been so busy lately with our camping trip, going to cookouts, things like that, that I have just not been sleeping very well, and I'm just so tired today. I even slept in a little bit, so I'm hoping taking my magic mind shot is going to help wake me up and give me some energy, because I already had coffee and breakfast and that wasn't doing so much. So hopefully this will wake me up. So this morning I finished up a video that it's going to be published next week, and I don't really have any content creation stuff to do today, so I thought that I would go through and apply to some of the jobs that I saved a couple days ago. I mentioned in my last Unemployed Diaries video that I was going to jump on this webinar called How to Get a Job in Digital Marketing, and I did do that, and I want to update my resume based on some of the suggestions that they made. So I'm going to do that. I also want to add some quantitative data into my resume because apparently employers really like that. But my last job, I didn't have anything that was measurable. I just did daily tasks that had to be done that didn't increase or decrease anything at the company I was working for. I was just doing stuff that had to be done to keep the company moving. So I'm going to add some of the quantitative data into my section where I put like my personal brand and my own content creation experience in. So I'm just going to summarize some of my analytics from my YouTube channel there and see if that makes a difference. In the How to Get a Job in Digital Marketing webinar, they said that you should put your content creation experience at the beginning of your resume, which is something that I didn't do. I had it at the end because I didn't feel like it was legitimate enough to put at the beginning, but they told me to put it at the top. And Olivia is an expert. She was on the Forbes 30 under 30 list. She's the founder of Girls in Marketing. So I'm going to take her word for it and give it a try and see if that makes a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and jump onto my computer and update my resume and get it started applying to some jobs. So I updated my resume and my LinkedIn profile, and then I started looking at the jobs that I saved and looking into them more, and I realized that I really didn't want to apply for any of those jobs because they just didn't fit what I was looking for and didn't excite me. There was 2 that I started applying to, but then they wanted me to answer 4 to 6 questions to just apply. And that's not that big of a deal, but I just don't have the mental capacity to answer questions right now in a professional manner and put effort into that. I kind of realized very quickly that I'm not in the mental capacity or have the energy to apply to jobs today. So I didn't do it. And I did look at a couple other jobs on LinkedIn, and I was like, no, not really feeling these either. So I'm just going to walk away because there's no point in forcing myself to apply to things that don't align with my interests or my skills to the point that I can't even answer questions about why I want to work at that job. If I can't answer why I want to work for a company or work in that position, then I probably shouldn't be applying to it. So I'm just not going to. So that was kind of a fail, but that's okay because I'm going to come back to it maybe next week with more energy and a better mindset and try again. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I haven't really been seeing any openings for the past month that have been something that I've been interested in or excited about. So it seems like I'm kind of going through a dry spell because this is the longest I've gone since being unemployed and laid off that I haven't applied for a job. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, things start opening up and there's something out there that I can apply to that fits my skills and what my interests are. You guys, I just walked into the kitchen to get lunch and realized that I left my breakfast pan where I made my eggs and pancakes on the stove with the burner on low for the last 2 hours. Luckily, no one was hurt. I didn't start a fire. I didn't ruin the pan or anything like that, and it was on low. I completely forgot to turn it off. So that just goes to show how exhausted I am from being so busy lately that I'm not even remembering to turn off the stove when I'm done cooking. So I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to relax today and not try to be productive and work on stuff, because obviously I'm just mentally exhausted and burnt out. So I'm probably going to try to relax for the rest of the day and just chill and regain my energy. But yeah, I just wanted to say how much I'm going to be on the struggle bus today.
I want to show you guys my new sunset.
So it's Saturday and I'm going to wrap up the end of the video here with the updates as I promised. So the first update is the Magic Mind Challenge. Today is day 6 out of the 7-day challenge. So far I haven't noticed a big difference in my focus or my energy or my stress or anxiety levels. I think the reason I'm not noticing a big difference is that I am just exhausted and a little bit burnt out from how busy we've been. My schedule has been different lately. I haven't been sleeping as well. And because we've been camping and going to cookouts and things, I haven't been eating as well either. So I think that's kind of playing a big role in how I'm feeling. So because of all of that stuff that's going on, I think it's making it harder for the performance shot and the ingredients in this to kick in. I think it's going to take longer than the 7 days. So in the next video, I'll give you another update on how I'm feeling with the Magic Mind shot. I do have some other updates that I want to talk about briefly that I wrote down on my phone so I didn't forget them. The first thing that I want to bring up is something that I forgot to mention last time just because there were so many updates to get you caught up on. I know that I mentioned at the beginning of my unemployed journey that I was eligible for rehire at the company that laid me off. And I know specifically in Unemployed Diaries episode 1, I talked to a recruiter and I mentioned that there wasn't really anything that I was interested in. And I wasn't sure about going back because they couldn't match my salary, guarantee remote work, etc., etc. But now I'm kind of glad that I didn't go back because it turns out that they ended up laying off another 1,000 people a couple months ago. And then recently they laid off another 100 people, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So they did make like a public relations statement on the news and mentioned they are going to be cutting the workforce back and closing any open positions. So I did hear through the grapevine from some people I know that still work there that they are cutting back on promotions and doing a lot of reorganization, moving people around. So it turns out the company that I was working for is just going through some sort of financial hardship right now. So their response to that was cutting positions, laying people off, cutting any open positions, and not really hiring anyone. So in light of all of that, the likelihood of me returning to that company is pretty unlikely. I don't necessarily want to go back into working in healthcare because I didn't really enjoy it. I really wanted to try to move into digital marketing and communications. I was even considering getting into their communications or marketing department if an opening became available, and that's still a possibility. But with everything that's going on with the company and the things that I'm hearing, I'm just not sure if that would be a really good fit for me, because I could go and take another job and get rehired back, and then maybe they'll just lay me off again, and then I would be in the same position I am now with unemployment and no job. So I'm not really sure if I would consider going back there. So that option that I had back at the beginning of my unemployment journey is looking pretty dim right now. So I'm not sure if I would consider working for them again or even be able to work for them again. So the next update is just a little bit about the webinar that I mentioned in the last Unemployed Diaries video. I said that I signed up for a How to Get a Job in Digital Marketing webinar that was hosted by SEMrush and Olivia Hutton, who is the founder of Girls in Marketing. So I did participate in that, and listening to her advice made me feel a lot better, because it turns out that everything that I've been doing is what she's suggesting. So running your own brand, getting certifications, making opportunities for yourself, posting on LinkedIn, which is something that I mentioned last time I just started doing. The only two things that she mentioned that I wasn't doing was what I did yesterday is I updated my resume. So I had my YouTube channel and my blog experience at the bottom under other experience, and I moved that to the top. I did add some statistics and analytics from my YouTube channel and from my blog, my website, to that section, just so there was some quantitative data there to show that I'm putting work in, and the work that I'm putting in is making an increase in viewership and subscribers, etc., etc. So I updated my resume and I updated that portion, and I also took that update and put it on my LinkedIn channel. So the other thing she mentioned in that webinar was to differentiate yourself from other applicants, and she suggested that you send like a 1-minute video to the job you're applying saying who you are, why you want to work there, and why you think that you're a good fit for that role. Ironically, that's something that I thought about doing, but I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. And even now, I'm still kind of on the fence about doing that, because I've already applied for 58 jobs. So if you think about all the work that would go into filming like a maybe 2 to 5 minute video for each job application, and then editing that and putting it on YouTube as an unlisted, and then sending it in a cover letter or sending it in an email, or trying to get someone to view that video within the application process, seems like a lot of work. So I don't think I would do that for every single job application. Maybe I would do it for the ones that I was really, really interested in. So the other thing she mentioned was developing an elevator pitch / cold calling or emailing, where you just reach out to companies that you're interested in or people that you're interested in working with and explain who you are, why you're interested in working with them. Maybe asking if there's opportunities. You obviously would have to develop some sort of pitch for this, which I don't have, which is why I can't really explain exactly what I would be saying in those emails. So that's something that I would have to work on. I know that a lot of recruiters and people on LinkedIn talk about searching down recruiters and hiring staff for applications that you're submitting and doing an email to follow up with them. I have not done that at all, because I think, to me, that sounds kind of invasive. Sometimes on LinkedIn, when you look at the job posting, it'll say who the job poster is, so you could message them directly. I think that would be acceptable, but the idea of hunting down a random stranger, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. So I'm not sure if I will be doing like the cold emailing or just reaching out to people, because I'm kind of like shy, and I don't know, that I feel like that's almost crossing a line. So, I mean, I might have to do that if I'm not able to find something just by like a regular application. So we'll see. The first step is really just updating my resume with the stuff that was mentioned in that webinar and giving that a try. And I think after that, the next step would be to do like the brief intro video for the jobs that I'm really interested in and feel really passionate about, and see how that goes. Everything she said is what I'm doing. I have a certificate. I have a bachelor's degree in communications. I'm running my own YouTube channel. I have blogged before. I have writing examples. I have real life experience working in customer service and operations. So I have a lot to offer, and I think I'm in a good place, and hearing what she was saying made me feel a lot better, because there was definitely times during this process that I felt like I'm an imposter, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, or I didn't have enough experience to get a role in communication and marketing. So hearing the information that she said felt very validating, and I was like, okay, well, I am doing the right thing. But clearly the issue is not my experience, it's getting the resume to get me an interview. So somehow I need to figure out a way to get myself through that initial like barrier of just getting myself in front of someone to have an interview with, to have a chat with. So that's kind of what I have to figure out, is how am I going to differentiate myself or make my resume better in order to just get that screening interview. So the next like update on my list is kind of just like a personal how I'm feeling, emotions, mental health check-in. The last video I mentioned that I went through a month of feeling kind of depressed and down and hopeless, and like what's the point of everything, and that I was starting to get out of that rut I was in. And now I would definitely say that I have a lot more motivation. I'm feeling pretty good about everything. I'm excited about the content I'm making. The last few videos I've posted have done really well, so that's been really encouraging. So I would say that I'm pretty much out of that rut now. And I think me going from that rut to being really highly motivated and like wanting to work probably is part of the reason why I'm tired. So it's just like a weird cycle of stuck in a rut, high motivation, tired, stuck in a rut, high motivation, tired. That's kind of just how my mental health works. So I'm just making the best of the cycle, and I'm going to try to relax a little bit this weekend. The last thing that I want to mention is the recent poll that I put up on my community page. So I'm pulling it up now. So I asked you guys what type of videos you want to see for fall, for autumn. Fall is my absolute favorite season. I love it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's just, and I'm already starting to feel the pangs and desires of autumn, and the leaves and the weather, pumpkins, coziness. It's been really, really hot lately, and there's typically a point where after June I'm kind of over the heat and over the summer, and I just want the darkness and the cool of autumn. So I'm already starting to plan my autumn content, and I really want to know what you guys think. So these are the content ideas I have listed on the poll: a Gilmore Girls Guide to Autumn, the second annual Trader Joe's Fall Food Taste Test, a cozy fall vlog, or AM PM fall routines. So right now I have 15 votes, and the number one thing that you want to see for autumn is a cozy fall vlog. And tied for second place at 27% is the Gilmore Girls Guide to Autumn and the Trader Joe's Fall Food Favorites Taste Test. And last place is the AM PM routine. So I'm going to leave this poll open, and I'm going to start the fall content at the beginning of September with like an autumn reset where I decorate stuff. I make a tasty treat, give you some book and TV show recommendations for the season, and then we're going to just jump into the fall stuff for September, October, and a bit of November. So please make sure you go and cast your vote on the community page for what you would like to see in the fall. If you have another video idea that's not mentioned in the poll, go ahead and just place that in the comments and I'll take a look at it and see if I can incorporate that into my videos. I'm hoping that I can at least publish like 2 or 3 fall, autumn, seasonal videos. And don't worry, I'm still going to be publishing and putting out the Unemployed Diaries videos to keep you updated with my unemployment situation. So that's not something that's going to be going away anytime soon. So that's all the updates I have for you right now. Don't forget to check out Magic Mind using my code RachelE20. I have the link in the description box below. If you made it this far into the video, put your favorite summary emoji in the comments below and I will see you in the next video.